Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I am going to answer one of the Java interview questions. That is, what is the size of Boolean data type in Java? Let me answer. The size of the Boolean data type in Java is the least of all the other primitive data types that we have in Java. That is 1 bit. It's not byte, it is bit, just 1 bit. If you compare this Boolean data type size with other primitive data types in Java, every other primitive data type will have its size in bytes, whereas only one primitive data type in Java that has a size in bit, or just that 1 bit is Boolean data type, guys. Okay, let me show you some examples here. So we have total eight primitive data types in Java. That is byte, short, int, long, float, double, char, and then Boolean. These are the eight total primitive data types we have in Java, whereas byte, the size of the byte is 1 byte, which is nothing but is equal to 8 bits. Whereas the size of this short is 2 bytes, which is equal to 16 bits. Then we have this int primitive data type whose size is the double. You see, short is double the size of byte, whereas int is double the size of short. So 4 bytes. That is equal to 4 8 is 32 bits. Then we have long primitive data type whose size is double the size of int. So it is 8 bytes, 4 to the 8, 8 bytes. 8 8 is 64 bits. Then we have float data type, okay, whose size is 4 bytes, which is nothing but 8 for the 48 to 32, that is 32 bits. Then we have double primitive data type, whose size is double the size of float, so it is 8 bytes. And that's why we have 64 bits here. 8 at the 64, 1 byte is equal to 8 bits, so 8 at the 64 bits, okay. Char is having 2 bytes in size, which is nothing but 2 at the 16 bits. Okay. Whereas the only one primitive data type we have in Java whose size is not in bytes, its size is in bits. Okay. Here, all the other primitive data types, at least they have at least 1 byte, 2 byte, 4 lines, so on. But this one is directly 1 bit, guys. Okay. So in 1 bit, you can store only two values. Okay. When you say 1 bit means only two values can be stored into this particular variable declared with Boolean data type. In a bit, either 0 or 1 will be there, right? You see, 1 bit of size means either you can store zero value or one value, zero for one particular value and one for one particular value. What are those two values that we can store into a variable that is declared with Boolean data type? What are those two values? One is true, other one is false. Okay. Let me show you practically. For that, I'll create a new class. I'll just name this class as class D. With main method, I'll create. And inside that, I'm going to create a variable and declare that variable with Boolean data type. Okay. Here, I'll declare the variable with Boolean data type. Whose size is how much? Just 1 bit, which is the least size that all the, when compared to all the other primitive data types, all the other primitive data types in Java has size in bytes, whereas this is the only one which okay, has a size in, okay, not bytes, in bits it has, okay, 1 bit, that's it, 1 bit only, okay, 1 bit is the size. So 1 bit means either you can only store two values here, okay, in 1 bit you can only store two values. So either you can store true value or you can store false value. These are the two possible or allowed values that you can store into a variable declared with Boolean data type. Other than that, if you try to store anything, Java will give you a compiler error. Cannot convert from into Boolean. Only two possible values, either true or false. Compiler error will not come if you try to store any other thing other than true or false, because 1 bit can store only two values. Okay, that is either true or false. So hope guys, with practical demonstration, you got the answer for this question. That is, what is the size of Boolean data type in Java? That is 1 bit, which is the least size when compared to all the other primitive data types we have in Java. Okay. So that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye bye.